Hey guys, it's Joe, and you're watching Hustle and Grind. Thanks for joining us again today. We have Anthony from Pound It Sports here to talk some MLB. Anthony, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I want to congratulate you on yesterday's win on the Tampa Bay Rays at minus 126. That was an absolutely great hit.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we talked about. It was going to be a tight game throughout. Dane Dunning, 5 shutout innings. And it was the bullpen that blew it, just like every other start on his. The Rays scored 7 runs in the eighth and ninth to make it a 7-1 game.
Absolutely. So we did get a push on that total. Like we had told you guys, the total had come down from 8.5 down to 8. So whoever had the over or under got the push on that, thankfully. So hopefully you didn't get it at 8.5. Let's jump into today's games. There's only 3 games today, and I know we're not going to give out any sides in these games, but let's discuss them. Let's see which way we're each leaning in these games. Let's start out with Miami versus Boston, the Marlins versus the Red Sox. Now, the Marlins come in as an underdog at plus 133. We're seeing the Red Sox around minus 143 and a total of 9.5. I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's 3 games today. It's going to be interesting more than anything because they got 1 game and then 1 game ends and another one starts. So, I mean, it's not really used to 3 games. I was looking for like a 6 or 8 game slate. And when I looked at the card today, I was like, wow, there's a lot to choose from.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, this Marlins Red Sox game is actually really interesting, in my opinion. You got Pablo Lopez, who's pitched really well. He's got a 1-3 record, but he's got a 2.82 ERA, so he's pitched very well. Nick Pivetta, I can give you a whole backstory on this guy. When he was with Philadelphia, it was just a nightmare. This guy was 19-30 with a 5.5 ERA in 92 appearances, 71 starts. He just really, really struggled. Now he's with the Red Sox, and it's amazing how a pitcher can go from one team to another. One of my clients. One conference to another conference, American League to a National League, the vice versa.
Yeah.
But Red Sox, he's 8-1 since he's been with the Red Sox with a 3.49 ERA and 13 starts. So he has really turned it around overall for his career. So from a pitcher that was basically getting one last chance, he's really if he was a free agent, teams would definitely be considering him signing him. So he's definitely a guy you actually feel more confident in betting now. He's also, what did I see this? Yeah, his last 5 starts, he's 5-0. I'm sorry, the team has won his last 5 starts.
Yeah.
At home. The Red Sox are 5-0 straight up, last 5 in Miami. I mean, it's an interleague game, so when you look at these interleague stats, I mean, the trends are kind of, to me, don't really look at them too much because, like I said yesterday's podcast, I don't care what they did last year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What do you think of the trends on like the Monday night trends? Because I look at Miami. Miami is 7-3 in the last 10 Monday nights. Are you weighing in factors like that they play better on a Monday than they do on a Sunday? Or is that not even in the equation for you?
Me personally, I don't care what day of the week it is, unless it's Thursday or Sunday. Because Thursdays and Sundays in Major League Baseball, managers tend to play their backup players more on Thursdays and Sundays. Usually, like the game 3 of the series, give their catcher a day off. Backup catcher comes in. Yeah. So it's gonna change your perspective in betting because now you got a backup catcher, and the regular catcher might be batting 250, and now you got a backup catcher batting $190. So I mean, if it's a National League, your 8th and 9th inning guys are pretty much 2 quick outs. So I mean, it kind of changes your perspective on the team, maybe the whole game in betting. But this one, the Red Sox at home with Pivetta, the way he's been pitching, it's just been lights out. Let me see. Oh, actually, a really cool stat that I saw was Rafael Devers. He's actually going to be playing with his cousin, Jose Devers, that's on the Marlins for the first time in his career. So that's a pretty neat stat to look at.
That really is. I like that one a lot. And then when we look at these two teams matched up, the Red Sox have won this 14 out of the last 16 times.
Yeah.
So they definitely have the advantage going into this. They're the more talented team, but there's something about Miami that makes me want to look further into this game before choosing a side on this.
Yeah, the Marlins are 2-14 in the last 16 in Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, that dates back, geez, was that 10 years probably?
It's got to be a long time in Boston.
Yeah. And then they're 6-20 in the last 26 overall meetings in Miami and Boston. So, I mean, we still always had the bad Marlins and the good Boston. But, I mean, this one, my lean is definitely Boston money line. Yeah. And my lean is the under.
Lean is the under 9.5 in this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the Kansas City Royals against the LA Angels. Now, the Royals come in as the underdog at plus 142, and I'm seeing the Angels at minus 152 and a total of 9.
Have you ever heard the phrase Happy Bundy Day?
I haven't, actually.
It's Bundy Day. You fade Bundy.
Fade Bundy.
Anyone know Bundy from the Baltimore Orioles? It's every 5th day you fade him. He's just back to normal. He's back to his true self.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season. Well, I can't talk either. Beginning of the season, he actually pitched pretty well. He had like a 3.49 ERA. He was giving up 2-3 runs a game, sometimes 1 run. He was doing really well. But then the Los Angeles Angels kick in, and their team just, as the season goes on, just starts struggling. Injuries kick in. We got Mike Trout with an injury. It just goes on and on and on. But Bundy's 0-6 with a 6.49 ERA. Now he's back to his true self. So now you see where I say Happy Bundy Day.
Absolutely.
But right? Royals, I am so excited. I'm actually going to watch this game. I mean, on paper, this game is not really something you want to watch. Royals and Angels. Oh, that's definitely on my bucket list to watch. No, not exactly. But this guy, they have a new one of their top prospects. And if anyone knows anything about baseball, the Royals have struggled these past few years. So now their draft picks are starting to reel in. This was their 33rd overall pick in the 2018 draft, and he has been dominant in AAA this year. He's 5-0 with a 0.85 ERA in 31 2/3 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts, and he's only walked 10 guys. No home runs off him. So I expect this guy, they're probably going to go 5 innings. I don't see him going deep in the game for his career start, but I do see the Royals unleashing this guy. He's going to dominate this Angels lineup.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I think there's something about a pitcher coming out for their very first game. All the pressure, but also all the adrenaline, all the excitement, and all the drive to get that first win. So I would definitely lean on the Royals here. I'm liking them at plus 142 a lot. That's great plus money. Any lean on this total of 9? I don't know. I'm not touching it. It's either going to go one way or the other. The Angels are going to be able to catch every single ball and hit them out of the park, or this kid's going to knock it out.
They've been over all the trends. If anyone just looks at their trends in the Royals, it says over. But majority of those trends date with when they've been playing the Twins. They've been playing a lot of games with the Twins in the past 10 games. So throw those trends out with the over-under. The Twins are an over team. The Royals are a mix and match. This over-under, give me a quarter, I'll flip heads or tails, and that's how I lean. It's tough. I can't take it more.
Yeah, and I don't like it at a 9. I think it's
if I had a pick,
tricky situation.
I'll just take the under.
You take the under?
Ugly under.
If I twisted your arm, you're taking the under. Got it.
You had to get it out of me. I just take the under, and I hate that. If anyone knows me, hate it.
Yeah, it's hard taking those unders and then hoping for no one to get another run. Just like in all sports, you take those unders and you're looking for a slow, boring game. So when someone
anything 9 or over in Major League Baseball, unless you got some really garbage pitchers pitching, I can't take 9 or over. I try to stay away from that. It's not your best play.
No, what was the game yesterday that ended in like 14-1? 14, something like that.
Oh, you're old. Those and Indians.
That's what it was. And I was on the Indians. I was mentally blocking that out. I was like, I know one of the games went totally south for me. That was it. Did you watch this game? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it. I haven't even had a chance to watch highlights yet to see exactly where the Indians went wrong in that.
No, I stayed away from that. I saw the two teams in the same series, and to me that's a garbage series. I can't watch. Just like this Royals and Angels, I can't. It's a garbage series to me. Nothing.
Okay, so you guys, that's our thoughts on that. I'm going to stay off the Indians for a little while here and make sure they don't lose me any more money. We're going to move on to the last game of the day, the Chicago Cubs versus the San Diego Padres. Now the Cubs are a plus 108 underdog. Padres are a small favorite at minus 118, and I'm seeing a total of 8 in this one. You liking anything? Any leans on this game?
I love this game.
Okay.
I'm a diehard Cubs fan, if anyone knows me well.
Oh, you are.
But I don't. If you're a client of mine, you know I don't touch the Cubs that often. If anything, I'll play with them and I'll play against them. I'm not afraid to bet against them.
Yeah.
That's
a true handicapper right there, you guys. When you bet against your own team, we know our own team's better than anyone. So, right.
So the Cubs pitcher today. He is the most underrated pitcher in the last 3 starts. He's got a 1.53 ERA last 3, 19 strikeouts, and 17 2/3 innings pitched. When this season started and I saw him in the rotation, I was like, who is this guy? This is going to be a disaster. I mean, every Cub fan already thought this season was going to be a disaster. But they've really been good. So last year, the COVID, and their star players just did not hit. Baez batted 200. Brian batted 200, and Rizzo batted 200. It was just awful. But now all 3 of those guys are hitting. This team is having fun. That is the key to winning, is having fun and playing baseball. And that's what this Cubs team is doing. But historically, the Cubs have always struggled on the West Coast road series. Always. They just lost 3 games to 1 to the Giants. And I'm surprised they won yesterday, to be honest with you. The Cubs, but this is most an exciting stat that everybody talks about, but they talk about another team. Everyone talks about how the White Sox are so good against left-handed pitchers, right? Mm-hmm. But did you know the Cubs have the same statistic, 13-4, against starting left-handed pitchers?
Really? So, I did not know that.
So, Joe, is Ryan Weathers a lefty or a righty?
He's a righty.
He's a lefty.
He's a lefty? I thought he was a righty.
He's a lefty.
He's a lefty. Okay. So you're liking your Cubs today?
You're second guessing me. I'm almost positive he's a lefty.
I'm probably wrong. I thought he was a righty.
Just sworn. Let me double check. I don't want to give out false information here. But yeah, I'll continue, but I'll keep looking at the same time. But I could have sworn this guy was a lefty. Yeah, he's a lefty.
Okay, I was wrong. He's a lefty, you guys. This is a good thing for the Cubs.
So they already beat Ryan Weathers in Wrigley. So not the last series, the series before that, they played the Padres, and Alzolay got the win versus the Padres, and he faced Ryan Weathers. Weathers had his worst career start was in Wrigley Field last start, and he gave up 2 2-run homers to the Cubs and lost. I think it was 4-2, something like that, 4-2. But 13-4. I mean, everybody sees the White Sox face a lefty, and they automatically take the White Sox.
Yeah.
So why don't people talk about the Cubs automatically versus a lefty?
I don't know. Something against your Cubs, maybe. I actually expected the Cubs to be the favorite in this situation before I looked at the line, so I was shocked. So automatically, my lean was on the Cubs to take this win today. Yeah, you guys, that's actually where I'm going to put my money is with the Cubs, especially with that stat against them with Weathers and lefties, and I really like it, to be honest with you.
They have a guy that got called up from AAA called Patrick Wisdom. Mm-hmm. And David Ross is quote-unquote conference yesterday. This guy is carrying the team. He's got 7 home runs in, I think, 62 plate appearances, and he's homered in 2 straight days. And also, the Padres are 2-6 in their last 8 games. Now, everything on paper says Padres, but if you dig deep and you do your research, you go with the Cubs. That's my lean, Cubs.
Absolutely. And I think that's the most solid lean of this show is to take the Cubs today because, like I said, when I looked at it, I really thought they were going to be favored.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was like, oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah. And I know it's only a small underdog, but that's still plus money on that at plus 108. We have a total of 8 in this game. Do you think that's low for these two, or do you think this is a pretty fair total here?
So the Cubs struggle on the road hitting.
Yeah.
And if Alzolay does his job, it doesn't matter if he's home or road. He pitches really well. So this is definitely going under.
Absolutely. Well, I love it, Anthony. Thank you so much for breaking down these 3 games with me today. Can you tell everyone where they can reach you? I know you have some great packages. Do you have any promos you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, these last 2 weeks have been probably the best 2 weeks in a long time. We're killing it. I mean, we just last week we finished just over 52 units. And you can find me at poundedsports.com. That's where all my packages are at. You can DM me at poundedsport. Oh, thank you, Vince. Pounded Sport VIP on Twitter and Instagram. And you can always just DM me and just chit-chat, and I'll give you some insight about any game, guys.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. You guys make sure you go check out Anthony and join me later. I've got 3 or 4 more shows today. So you guys stick around. Announcements will be up on Twitter for my next guest. And you guys have a fantastic day. And Anthony, I look forward to having you back on again.
You too. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you.